Told straight. You're listening to NorCal Sports Network. No homers, no casuals. Just truth. Let's go!
All right, everybody, welcome on in. NorCal Sports Network, Monday night here. And the Giants are playing a game right now against some team from Mexico. I don't even know what the heck they're called. You know what they're called, Dallas?
Sultanes de Monterrey.
Yeah, and they got 2 runs off of who'd they get? In between some time, looking here live, Justin Message just leaving the mound. It looks like the Giants have given up 2 runs in the 6th. Let's see who the culprit is. Not good. Carson Seymour, who was looking like he might make the team. Maybe Carson C. less after tonight. Cade Killian. Cade Killian. He's got to make the team. He pitched another. This is a bullpen game tonight to determine, I think, who's on the roster. We know guys like Baroque. They just signed him, so he's going to make the roster.
A scoreless inning, looked really good.
Yeah.
Bivens gave up a hit, but he was fine.
Yeah, Bivens gave up 2 hits, but 2 strikeouts in his bottom or top half of the first. Beck, he's on the fence, I think. I think Beck's he's got options, correct? Beck?
Yeah, he looked good this game.
Yeah. And keep in mind they're facing some who's playing second base? That was a really good play. Was that Arraez?
Arraez. Oh,
and Casey messed it up at first. He threw a 1-hop bouncer, and Casey that's an error on Casey. He missed it. Wow. Casey I don't know what he was doing there. He tried to catch it. It was in the bounce, and he tried to sweep his glove at it when he just had to just catch it. There was no.
Yeah, but it's cooler when you sweep your glove and catch it.
Now Casey just made a good play. He made an unassisted play to him. He got the ball kind of in between the pitcher and first base. He scooped, backhanded it, and took it over to the mound. Did they give him an error? Let's see. They should have given him an error, not Arraez. Let's just take a look. 62 degrees. The Giants went from 105 degrees on Saturday to now 62 degrees, over 40 degrees. It's got to feel like they changed from summer, went right into winter or something.
That's a big change.
Yeah, it's a good thing they've got two nights to get adjusted because that's cold. I'm trying to see where the error. Let's see. Did they give an error here? Error. They gave it to Arraez on the throw. How do you do that? Did you see the play?
No, I didn't. I have it in my ear on the radio, but
let me see if I can just show this.
Yes, the dogs are here. They're hanging out.
All right. Here's the replay. I don't think that's an error on Arraez. Just catch it.
Yep. He was trying to put some style points on it.
Yeah. I don't know. Just catch it.
Well, he made up for it the next play.
Yes, he did. Finally, about time I see Dallas' dog. His dog is chilling. And, I've got to show you something, guys. I got to figure this out. Let's see if I can do this real quick and put this up on the board here. Hold on one sec here. Let me, Dallas, take away. I'm going to be doing something here. Go ahead, and we're going to get into this Giants prediction here. We got several predictions we'll be talking about. Of course, everybody wants to know the main one, which is their record. But but we'll do some individual stats as well. Dallas, I'm going to work on something here. Well, I'm going to.
We'll see if the crystal ball is warmed up.
I'm going to step away for a sec.
All right, Dan's stepping away. Oh, I'm full screen here. So, let's see what's going on in the chat. How's everyone doing tonight? We got already people coming in with some predictions. That's fantastic. Red Poppy, I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants have a bottom 5 in pitching earned run average this year. If Webb misses time or falls apart, we are so screwed. That's true, but Webb doesn't usually fall apart. He tends to make it the whole year. He might have can't even remember the last time he missed a start. The guy is just solid, and so until he starts to show some that possibility, I think we're okay with Webb. In spring, the pitching staff has looked really good. The starters, the Malleys look good. Hauser's looked fine. Ray had a couple rough spots, but it was pretty good. Roop, a little bit iffy, but you kind of expect he'll come up with the same type of at least the same type of stuff he had last year. So I'm not as worried about the starting rotation as I am about the bullpen. Basically because we don't even know who's going to be in the bullpen at this point. It's still very much up in the air. Bat talk. Yeah, I agree. It seems like in years past we had some pretty good pitching, but a lineup that is cold at the bats seems the inverse this year. So you're more confident in the lineup, in the offense, and less confident in the pitching. So often we've had this anemic offense where they struggle to score runs and they struggle to put up 3 runs in a game, and it would kind of just be a relief if that's not the case this year. If they don't have to struggle so much with the incompetence with runners in scoring position, and they can just actually get some guys across the plate, would be good. So I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but I do think that, I don't know, something about the way these guys are hitting in spring, and it's just spring, but you kind of like the way that Chapman is hitting the ball right now going into the season. Now he might revert back to his status quo, and I hope that's not the case. But I think last year a lot of guys underachieved, and they if you ask the guys last year, how would they assess their season? I think without fail, nearly all of them would say they underachieved that last year. So you hope that this year, at least half of them, if that's the case. NorCal Sports Network. That's Dan. He says he'll be back momentarily. Tech difficulties. Oh, that was 10 minutes ago. I'm catching up with the comments. You can't hear us.
Wait a minute. Can you hear me?
Skynell's prediction. Ramos will not finish the season as a Giant. Wow.
Can you hear me, Dallas?
Predicting a trade. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, we're back. Okay, good. I had to take care of something. Oracle Park beats the best hitters sometimes. Webb is real. Okay, yeah. So, all right, guys. All right. Here we go. I got a text from Mark. What was that? I was in the middle of something here, and I think he had some tech difficulty, maintenance. Okay, so it looks like, Mark, you got it fixed. All right. Well, everybody, we are here tonight because Dallas is making a trade right now. Did you make?
No, they said no. I was trying to move Ramos for.
Okay.
For Skynell's, but okay. Couldn't make it happen.
Well, we're on our show tonight for a couple reasons. One is we are having our fantasy baseball draft tomorrow night at 6 p.m., which will probably go an hour and a half, 2 hours. And we could come on, but it's just too much to do a 2-hour draft and then come on and do another hour show. So I had a draft last night in another fantasy baseball league. So we'll do ours tomorrow night, but we will not be bringing it to you live. So probably because most people, if you're not in the league, probably don't care, right, Dallas? I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah. So we'll do ours, and we won't be really discussing what's going on with it or anything like that because, again, it's not something
And we will be pretty cognizant of that this year. You know, people that are playing fantasy like to talk about it, but the people that are not playing fantasy, it can wear pretty thin.
Yeah. So
I was in that boat last year. I didn't play last year, and I would be listening to you guys talking endlessly about the fantasy, and I was like,
yeah,
all right,
exactly. Exactly. We don't want to bore anybody else. If you wanted to play and were interested, you would have signed up. So we had plenty of opportunities, and if you didn't sign up, that's fine. Not for everybody, and I totally get that. It can be overwhelming. It can be time-consuming for some people, and anyway, so we'll
especially when you're getting your butt kicked by the likes of me.
Ooh, so see, the league is called NCSN Trash Talk, or Smack Talk, I should say. Smack Talk. Right. So he's already talking some smack. Yeah, I love it. I
got to get warmed up for it.
I will show you guys this, though, because I think I have the best logo in all of fantasy, because I am called Buster Boys after this guy right down there. See him? He's just right there, right by me all the time. Wants to hang out. And if I'm here, he's here. If I'm there, he's there. That's Buster. Obviously, a little Giants relationship there, too, to baseball with Buster. And so I'm about to show you guys the best logo in fantasy baseball. And here it is. This is the leader of Buster Boys. Oops. We got to move ourselves out. Remove. So I don't know what happened with Buster Boys there. It's not showing the whole logo. It didn't get the whole thing in. I may have to do that, redo that, because he's got his hat on. He's got his Giants hat on. It's not showing all the way. Let me see. What's going on? Come on. Oh, it's a background photo. I know why. We need to put it somewhere else. Yeah, we put it in the wrong place. So we'll do it again. That's all. We'll just do it again. Well, we've got too many. All right. So we're going to have to do something here. Outro, background. That's a background. That sounds, I don't know what's going on there. Boy, they don't let you do too much when on the StreamYard here. They're not giving us much. Interesting. Oh, well, Dallas will be right back with us shortly. Let me do one other technical thing that I didn't do for the show, and that is we always got to make sure that we pay the bills here. So we will get that up and going live. I always forget to do that. I don't know why. That's because I don't always set up the show myself. All right. So we got that taken care of. All right. We'll wait till Dallas gets back, and we'll we'll go ahead and there he is. He's back. All
I'm
right.
here.
The logo didn't come out right because, I'll just show it to you here. I'm just so proud of this logo. It took a lot of time and effort to put in. Look at that. Look at that logo, everybody.
Fantastic. That's your fantasy logo?
That's my fantasy logo, yeah. Look at that. Look at the colors, orange and black. And if you don't think that hat was on him, I put that hat on him. Yeah.
Excellent. Time well spent.
That's a real pitch sheet. That's the picture. ChatGPT just changed the dog photo, but he did have a hat on him. So, yeah. Buster, he owns a hat. He does own a Giants hat. So, anyway, oh, man. I did something a few days ago. Pulled a muscle in my back traps area. Man, that is not fun. It's on a nerve, and if I move the wrong way, I'll try not to scream. And all of a sudden, if it hits me wrong, it's just like just bites like a knife, like a stab. So, anyway, Beto likes that. That's powersome. I like that. All right, so let's get into this, Dallas. Let's give it your take. Let's start with. You want to start with individuals, or you want to start team record first?
Let's do individuals first.
Okay.
For starters.
All right. Let's. Right now, it's the Giants are leading 5-2. Casey Schmitt is 2 for 3 tonight. Oliva's 2 for 3. I think Oliva's got to make this team, especially if Bader's not healthy. Just, you know what? Let's not screw with Bader over 162 games and try and force him in there. Let's just put him for 10 days. He'll miss maybe 8 games, right? Because they have 2 days off in between. Put him on the 10-day. Let's get that thing 100% healthy. It's not like Bader's the X factor in the first 8 games.
Yeah, it just depends on how healthy he is. They're not going to rush him back. I heard today that he might miss the first 2 games and then be back for the 3rd game. So, but he's working out on the field and he's doing baseball activity. So, it seems like to me he's going to be back.
A hammy, don't mess with a hammy. 8 games. You put him on the 10-day. He misses Wednesday. I'll just give you the schedule. Look right here. Here is not here is, because we're gonna find out in a moment. All right, the schedule Wednesday. 10-day DL or IL, I guess they call it now, injured list instead of disabled. I guess I get it. Injury, disabled. That's why. Okay, so it would start the 25th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He'd come back on the 4th of April at home against the Mets. He would miss 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. Yeah, come on. Do we need Harrison Bader to be the difference maker in 8 games? Make sure that hammy is 100%. Don't push him to. He's going to be playing center field where you got to run like crazy in that big ballpark. Just an extra 10 days of rest. Maybe he only needs 5 of them. Maybe he only needs 3 of them. Big deal. He's missing, as you said, the first 2 games, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
What's another 6? We're not talking,
Sure. I agree with you. It just depends on if he's good, you can tell, like, okay, I'm fine. And this was, he was sitting out just out of an abundance of caution. But if it's still a little tender, or if he's not 100%, then for sure, give him the 10 days. And
plus, it gives you a chance to carry Oliva and see what he might do. And maybe you're finding something in a guy that's, maybe he's Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, well, it could also be that he is forcing their hand. It might be time to say goodbye to Luis Matos.
It may be. It may be. I still don't put as much value on spring training as I do more potential and age. There's a reason this guy's never been heard of and he's 30.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, we've all seen those guys that are, I'm not saying Oliva's going to be the starting outfielder for the 162 games and that he's, got to be on this team, but why not?
A weapon off the bench that can come in and steal you a base.
Exactly.
I think is a nice weapon to have.
Right. On the mound for the Giants, looks like it's 12 gauge. I mean, 8 gauge. I mean, Matt Gage. Matt Gage is on the mound, and it's 5-2. There's 2 outs. It's the top of the 7th, and he's facing somebody that's left-handed. I don't have the volume on. I don't know any of these guys in the Mexican League. And did Kerry Crowley just catch a foul ball? I think so. Let me. Oh, there's a ground ball to short. Adames scoops it up, throws across the diamond, and Schmitt misses it. It goes. No, I'm kidding. Right into the glove. Let's see who this did. Kerry Crowley. Let me go back and look at this. We're looking. Okay. This might be Kerry Crowley. There's the foul ball. It goes up into the club level, and it was. No, maybe that's not Kerry. I'm sorry. It's not. It looks like Kerry Crowley. Sure looks like him. Who does this look like here when you let's see if this
I think that guy's a little too tan for Kerry Crowley.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah. All right, Kerry, I gave you too much credit.
He's probably in the press box.
Yeah, probably so. Probably not sitting out with
all the riffraff.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, all right. So we're starting off with players, and let's just start with around the diamond, and we'll leave the pitchers for last. We'll start at the 2 spot, which would be the catchers, which we know Bailey's one. We're assuming Susac. They haven't announced it yet, but let's just go.
They're saying that it's a dead heat right now. I don't believe that. I think
dead heat
Susac
with who?
Has the edge.
Haas?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
That's
sorry.
That's what Buster said today, or
somebody
said.
Buster.
Vitello said it today.
That's obviously maybe they're trying to work a trade or something, and yeah. What is what's his name? Eric Haas or something? Yeah, it's Eric Haas. All right, I'm going to tell you about Eric Haas. He's got a little bit of a background playing in the big leagues, but he is 33 years old. Okay, you're not keeping a 33-year-old backup catcher over a Rule 5 guy who's had a better season. Isn't Susac a former number 1 draft pick as well with the A's?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a Rule 5. It's not like he was just bad in the A's system. They had Shane Langoliers and what's the other guy's name? The catcher. They had 2 of them. They made one a left fielder. I'm getting screwed up here. The A's. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can't think of his name though.
Yeah, what the heck's his name? Chat, help us out. Langoliers and He's got a big name. I think he's also got a brother or something that was a catcher. I don't know. Arraez is up with a 2-1 pitch facing the lefty. He grounds it to short weakly. Shortstop throws across the diamond and gets him. Boy, Arraez, that's the thing I told you guys about. You're going to be frustrated with Arraez a lot this year, and you're going to be happy with him a lot because his hits are not screaming, a lot of them. They're just dinkers, and his outs are very much a dinker a lot. He's not. You don't see these like line drive off the. Like
a hit is a hit.
Correct. And Devers just chugging slowly down the first base line as he rolls out. We'll see.
Now here's a question. Bay Area Music Lens says, can you discuss Devers' weight? The videos recently show him to be overweight, especially in the upper legs. Does that bode well? Now, how is it possible to gain weight in your upper legs?
Upper legs would be your thighs, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, if he says he looks fat in his upper legs, that's muscle. Is it not?
Generally, we saw some muscle in his calves at spring training.
It could be that he's just been...
Tyler Strodesum, thank you to the chat, Carlo P. and a couple other guys there, Tyler Soderstrom. So, yeah, they had two catchers. And so where was Daniel Susac going? Thanks, Micah. So Susac was put on because there was no spot for him. It's not like they had to either keep him on the 40 for the A's, put him on the 40, or expose him to the Rule 5 draft. And there was no spot for him, I guess. So
they must not have liked him that much.
Maybe not.
Generally, if you're the A's, you can find a spot on your 40 man. If you need one.
You would think. But, hey, what happened to our background? Just changed from we lost our ballpark. Let's see if we can get it back. I don't know if we can get it back. We're going to try, people. Technical behind the scenes. They just brought it back. Look at that. Thank you.
Beautiful sunset.
Thank you to
this is a live shot right now from...
yeah, the live shot. Does that look like all the cardboards cutouts that was taken?
It does look like, yeah.
It does look like the cardboard cutouts. Oh, my gosh. I took a picture off of the cardboard cutouts. Wow. My favorite, Dallas, was in the 2020 season was Alec Dickerson in left field getting a foul ball because there's nobody there to go chase the foul balls. There was nobody. So he'd have to run over, grab it, and he'd just look around and he'd wind up and see if he could knock one of the cardboard heads off. It's just like, I just love that. I just think that is typical. I mean, I just think that was fantastic. Can you imagine the guy that paid for this? Hey, I paid for that card. They asked me if I wanted a cardboard cutout. I could have been there, Dallas, in, taking a photo.
They probably would have tried to knock your head off.
Yeah. They wanted $100, the Giants. I didn't, or whatever it was. I was like, I can't even remember. It's like, you're going to pay to have your cardboard cut. I guess what? To help a impoverished franchise?
Yeah.
It's like, what am I going to do?
Well, you got to do your part. That's why they've had to go cheap, because no one was buying the cardboards. Look at all those empty seats there.
Hey, look
to
who's
the right
playing.
And left of the cardboards.
Look who's playing first base right now for the Giants. Who do you think it is? I'll give you a guess.
Right now?
Right now.
I haven't been watching the game. It's not Casey Schmitt?
No, he's out.
Encarnacion?
No.
They moved Arraez over to first.
Nope. Wow, you might get 10 guesses and not get it.
I don't know. Who is it?
It's Bryce Eldridge.
Oh,
They're not.
He's not just a River Cat star.
No, they're probably just getting him used to San Francisco, the stadium again a little bit. Will he get an at bat will be the question. It's the top of the eighth, so they got one more shot. Let me see who's coming up to bat for the Giants. Schmitt went 2 for 3. Chapman's batted 4 times. So Lee looks like it's going to be, Matos is in there, so it's going to be Matos, Adames, Ramos, and then it'll be Eldridge. I think they want to get him an at bat, maybe too.
Yeah,
get him a feel. Look, he's going to be back with the Giants at some point in this season, guys.
If he puts it in the Cove, then maybe he's on the team.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? This is going to be interesting. We kind of already did our roster picks. I don't know how this is going to pan out, but let's go through the predictions. We're going to go Patrick Bailey and then Daniel Susac.
Okay.
What do you have Patrick Bailey? Do you have him making his first All-Star game? Anything like that? And where does he bat? We kind of did this once before, but now we're the eve of opening eve. Does that make sense?
He's going to be batting 8th, and he's going to be improved over last year, but I'm not expecting like massive things from him. He'll hit 240, and I don't think it's going to be maybe 10 home runs. He'll have a better season than last year, which we can all agree was a pretty abysmal season.
Okay,
and then I think he'll win another Gold Glove.
And who will be what inning on opening eve? What are we ever calling this? It's opening night, opening eve. It's not a nighttime. It's evening at
opening
5.
night.
Opening night. What inning does Patrick Bailey first do that?
Second inning. Early.
Second inning.
Yeah. I think he did it in the first inning tonight, but when it counts, it might be a little different.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Is there going to be a strategy like, hey, unless you're 100% certain that was a blown call, nothing before the 5th inning? I don't know. Or maybe it's situational. Maybe it's like, hey, that was going to put the runners on, load them up or something.
I think you do
it's
it
got
this
to be
way.
situational.
You say, pitchers, you can't do it at all, ever.
Right.
And you say, Patrick Bailey, carte blanche.
Yeah.
You could do whatever you want. You go ahead and be the king of the ABS, and you be the best guy in the game. And this is going to be your thing. And then the batters have to wait until after the 7th inning.
What will we see this year? A man on second, a runner on second for the Giants. Will we see this happen where the runner it's a called strike at home, and the runner sees clearly he thought it was a ball, and he goes like this, and then the batter goes, oh, and they go, nope, you got help you can't have help from anybody else. Will we see that this year?
Yeah, we will see it.
And
now,
the Giants
will they say nope? Because they said tonight it's 2 seconds. You basically have to make an immediate decision.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see someone standing back at second base and having a good look and, going like this,
Oh, don't do this. Maybe.
Right. Like this or.
Yeah, hey, guys, we're going to have a meeting. Because I saw it in spring. I don't know if it was the Giants or another team did it, but the guy went like this, and they said, no, you got help. It doesn't count. Mark Graves says, no way that happens. Baseball's full of signs. They live by signs. I guarantee you, if they see something at second base, they're going to be talking about, like, choke sign, something.
But I don't think they'll get called on it, though.
Okay.
I think it might be too slow, right? They relay it. They're too slow to get the sign, and then he doesn't challenge it fast enough. They say, no.
Does Mexico have anybody that does not pitch left-handed? They've had a left-hander in there all night. Every time I've turned it on. Matos is up.
Their starter went deep in the game.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think when I started this broadcast, I flipped it off. I think he was still in there. How many pitchers have they had so far?
I'd have to look at the box score, but
let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah. Matos is up. That's outside 3-1. Oh, he walked. It said 2-1 on the screen, but now it says 3-1, but he's walking. Unless there's a double play, this means Bryce Eldridge will get a shot to put one into the cove. Matos takes a walk. This is interesting. Matos did not get a start tonight. He's getting in at bat.
I'm completely wrong. He pitched 3 innings.
Oh, okay. They just all kind of resemble each other because they're all left-handed.
Yeah. They're all supposedly soft-throwing left-handers, which the Giants struggled with last year.
Yeah. So they're bringing in a guy named, I think this guy's name is Struck. His last name,
yes.
Is it
Nick
Struck?
Struck.
What a great name. Swung on and missed. He struck him out in the inning. Struck. Yeah. All right. So.
Unless about what well struck.
Here's an insane take. Webb is traded at the deadline. Now, I've had that take before, guys, and I say that could happen if the Giants are not in contention. Hey, if they're not in contention, I would think about it because you got him for 27. And what happens if you don't play much in 27? And then you got him for 28. I don't know. All right.
It depends on if you're just going to give up, next year. You're going to need pitching. So
yeah, depends on what you get back. Depends on what you get back. All right, here's my take. Patrick Bailey wins a Gold Glove, and I'm going to go out on a crazy limb here. Who's the catchers in the National League? Let's see over my head. We've got Will Smith. Forget who the Padres have. Nobody else. Goodman or something like that's good with Colorado. Milwaukee has Contreras. Cubs. Let's see. Nothing much there. Philly's got Remuto, but he's kind of getting up there. Drake Baldwin's with Atlanta. Agustin Ramirez is at shorts or Miami. Hey, how about if Patrick Bailey makes an all-star team because he has a good half and he's not playing, and he's gets recognized as an all-star.
I kind of like that, except for if he has a good first half, probably he sucks in the second half.
I know.
So it would be great if he, even if he doesn't make the all-star team, if he could just have a consistent season where he's pretty good for 2 halves, that would be kind of be ideal. But yeah, it could be he kind of steps up this year and he gets publicity with his ABS calls and stuff. And
the pitcher's challenging. Adames is talking to the catcher and man, that was way outside, and he challenged it, and it's like ball. It was like this far outside. Look at this.
Pitchers should never be allowed to challenge.
Like Willie was talking to the catcher and said, "You challenge that?" He's like, "What are you doing?" And the catcher goes, Struck is 3-1. We can't have a double play. I want to see Eldridge come up to bat here. Adames is batting 5th. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Struck walked him. So Struck now there's 2 men on, and batting 6th for
Brennan
is Will Brennan. Yeah. Will Brennan. He's pinch hitting for who? You have the box score open for Ramos. Okay. Well, you think Ramos is getting cut? That's a sign. I think it's a sign Ramos is cut. He's not making the roster.
I think you'll be on it.
Of course, if you just tuned into NorCal Sports and just heard that, we obviously are being very facetious here because, or if you're watching for the first time, we kind of are fans of Heliot Ramos on this show. All right, so Will Brennan. This is an important at bat because I think Will Brennan or Drew Gilbert's making this team. Dallas. They don't have any left-handers on the bench.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing more and more people talk about it. Like, you can't have a right-handed all bench. I've been saying this. This is where, to me, get rid of, and I know you kind of like Encarnacion, but I don't see, get rid of Encarnacion, get rid of Koss, and go with Oliva, and go with Matos, and go with another, and Brennan or whatever, or Gilbert, and then you got Casey Schmitt that can play first base. Arraez can play first base. I don't know, but I think Encarnacion's probably making this club. What do you think?
He's making it without a doubt.
I think he's making it.
For sure.
Okay, here's the 2-1 pitch to Gilbert. He pops it up to the shortstop on the grass in the short center field. I think they may have still called the infield fly. I'm not sure, even though it's not on the infield. Yep, it was called. So here comes Bryce Eldridge. Now, San Francisco Giants fans should be cheering this guy, but they'd rather cheer Jung Hoo Lee, which, fine, you want to cheer Jung Hoo Lee, but this guy's homegrown. He's possibly the most talented hitter the Giants have had since Buster Posey in the organization from the draft.
They will be cheering him once he's a fixture.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Struck just threw the ball almost over the backstop, but catcher had to stand up and catch it. 2-0. This looks like
he's a little wild. I'm looking at this chart here, and there's 3 pitches that couldn't be more out of the zone.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to tell you, this guy looks like a little league pitcher to me. Oh, there's a meatball, Bryce. 2-0, and you could have just stroked that out into left center over the wall. That was beautiful pitch right there for Bryce, and he passed on it. But he's probably seeing this guy. He doesn't see this guy has anything. He sees this guy doesn't have anything. 3-1 inside.
Goodbye!
Did he hit one? You're ahead of me. Let me see.
You better tune in.
There it goes. Left field, deep, gone. Man, that's a rocket. Wow.
Out of here!
Wow. I was behind a little bit. There you go.
Eldridge is still making a case.
There you go, guys.
Now, of course, it's against, what's his name?
Struck. Beautiful.
I mean, that was well struck.
This is what we wanted. We wanted him to get his at bat and hit one out, and he did. There we go. You heard it right here. NorCal Sports Network. Eldridge gets up, let him hit a bomb.
I mean, plus last night he
hit a bomb
almost single-handedly beat the Giants, the River Cats.
You know, I'm almost tempted to say, you know what? When a guy gets in a groove and starts hitting home runs, he's finding his stroke. Put him on the roster. Over Encarnacion, please.
I think if he hits another home run tomorrow, he's got to be on the team.
Come on. Let's just Bryce Eldridge Sr. just went deep, 3-run knock, left field, a high scraper, a blast. A big blast from Bryce Eldridge. So we were calling it here on the show, saying, let him get up. Let him get up. They just put him into the game. And that's 2 home runs in 2 nights. I'm saying that he's starting to find his home run stroke. Go ahead and put him on the roster. Yes, Eldridge did. Yes.
Big fly.
A big fly, man. It was high and deep. It was a rocket. I mean, this kid's a look at him. There he is. They're showing him right there. Look at that. Look at that. See that? Let's go back.
Gilbert with a single to left field.
All right, Drew. There's Bryce. Look at that. Look at how big he is. He has to duck. Dang, he just had to put his head down a little bit.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he's learned his lesson a few times. Knocking his head
I love
on.
it. Drew Gilbert, line drive. Gilbert's making a late push to make this team. Now, here's the deal. Brennan's had a pretty decent spring versus Gilbert. If they carry a lefty, do they want that Gilbert vibe on the roster because of his energy?
I don't know. Drew Gilbert annoys me.
I agree, Senior. I am not a Gerard Encarnacion fan. Not on this roster. I mean, he just needs to. Oh, they got Tyler Fitzgerald up now.
I'll be the dissenting opinion.
I know you like
Gerard.
Harar.
Harar.
Encarnacion. Maybe I should be the PA guy this year.
And can they give all the beat writers and hosts on KMBR like one semester of Spanish so they could at least pronounce these names? Kerry Crowley, Encarnacion, Susan Slusser. They all say Encarnacion.
There's a drive from Fitzgerald back to the left field wall. It's gone. It's over. It's
Tyler Fitzgerald, maybe a little too late.
Yep, they're giving it bounced back onto the field. All right, Tyler. Good to see. I like these Gigante uniforms. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go for the PA job. Okay. Now, what's Encarnacion's number?
I don't know.
29? Well, no, that's Matos. What's his number?
I'll look it up. 59.
All right, 59. Now batting.
No, wrong. He's 64 now. No, that's wrong. 59.
All right, here we go. Let me see if I can do this. I'll do it over this one.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 59, Harar Encarnacion.
That's good. I like that.
You like that? Let me hear you try that.
All right. Now batting, designated hitter, number 59, Harar Encarnacion.
I like that. See, I think you should maybe apply. You got that deep voice that maybe, they don't have to have a female, do they? Bring back.
No.
How about what we used to call, what was the guy's name? The voice of God. They called him.
Don LaFontaine?
No, the A's announcer.
Oh, the A's, yeah.
What was...
I was talking about the movie guy that would say, in a world, the movie trailer guy.
Roy Steele. Yeah, Roy Steele. Roy Steele. Let's see if we can...
Is that his real name?
Yeah, it is. Roy Steele. He was great.
Too good of a name.
He was so good. Let me see if I can do something here. And he was awesome. Let me see if I can find one of his Roy Steele PA. And I'll see if I can play a little bit. If I can find something. Do we have anything on YouTube? Nothing of his calls? Come on. That's ridiculous. Anyway, he was awesome. Roy Steele. He was the best. Lon Simmons. Yeah, I love Lon. Young, back to pass. rolls out to his left, cuts back. He's at the 40. He cuts back to the 35, over the 30. He's down to the 20, to the 10, 5, stumbles into the end zone. Touchdown. That was the greatest call. Hey, Dom, good to see you, man. He says, evening, Dan in Dallas. All right,
Hey,
Brent
Dom.
McCray's up now, and he hits a fly ball into center field, and the center fielder's under it and catches it. Now he's going to throw it like 100 feet back to the stands. He's way shallow, and he's going to turn around and fire a ball, and he does, and he throws it into the left field, and it bounces off the stands. Oh, no, that okay, and there's Fitzgerald's homer. So it's 10-2, the Gigantes over – who are they playing? What are they playing again? The Torpedoes or something? Who are they playing?
They're called the Sultanes.
Okay.
Sultanes de Monterrey.
Now, Dallas,
It's like kings. It's like sultan.
Can you defend this? You can't tell me that Eldridge could be any worse than Harar. And Eldridge has a very high ceiling while Harar has almost no potential.
Well, Eldridge strikes out too much.
And
they
Harar
want him
doesn't?
to get those under control.
Mm-hmm.
Harar strikes out a lot, but so far in spring, he's only struck out 18% of the time, maybe less than that now.
Yeah, that Lon Simmons was a great call, Steve Young. Dallas would – oh, look at this. I would want this on record that Dallas would rather have Harar.
I would not. I would rather have Bryce make the team over Harar. But can't I have my cake and eat it too? Can I see Harar?
I've seen enough.
See what he can do.
I've seen enough of Harar. Now watch Harar come out of the gates and after 10 games lead the league with 7 homers. Watch it happen. And all of us.
It could happen. You will all eat my words, my Encarnaci words.
And NorCal Sports will look good because I'm saying get rid of him. And Dallas is saying he's the next Hank Aaron.
Hammering Harar.
Hammering hurrah. I like hurrah. You got to roll it off the back of your hurrah. Encarnacion. Yeah. So they call him they call him what? Susan Encarnacion? How do they say
Encarnacion? It's Spanglish. You know, they don't.
You got to get
and
that.
Like FP Santangelo says, Luis Matos.
It's Matos.
Of course, it's Matos, but these people that have never speaking Spanish before, they just mispronounce their name. I would be annoyed if I was Harar.
Harar, come on, it's Encarnacion. It's got the little thing over the I or something or whatever, the O or whatever it is. The little hyphen, the little.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does it have one?
Yeah, it does.
Encarnacion.
Dan, how come you don't mention the A's? I like the A's.
They still are in NorCal.
Yeah, they are in NorCal. Hey, look, we tried to get somebody on NorCal Sports Network to run an A's show. We're open. If you want to do an A's show and you want to audition, because, we do have a HR department. You'll have to send your resume in. And, NorCal Sports Network, one of the thriving, growing businesses in all of YouTube in California. Brody Brazil. I'd love to get Brody Brazil. I've invited him, but I think Brody's probably got so many requests, he doesn't see all of his DMs. Or maybe he just said, I've heard that guy. I don't want to be on his show. It could be that too.
Probably not.
Yeah. All right, okay. So we both think I think Bailey hits 243 this year. I think he hits
specific.
I think he hits 9 home runs I think he drives in 57 runs.
Okay.
And I don't even know why I'm coming up with these numbers because I'm going to look him up and see what he's done. I'm just rattling this crap right off the top of my head. Totally.
You just named Matt Chapman's numbers. So if he does that, then pay him $20 million.
Okay. Hold on. Now you're making me type in Matt Chapman. I want Patrick Bailey. Okay. Patrick Bailey. What does his career numbers suggest? Okay. He did 55 RBIs last year. What did I say? 57? Yeah. Okay. I'm sticking to it. He hit 222 last year.
How many did Chapman have?
He hit 222 last year, and he had 55 RBIs. And he had 6 home runs. I'm giving him 9, and I've got him at 243. Did I say?
3. Yes.
Okay. I think Daniel Suzak, he comes in. I think Suzak hits 7 home runs. And I think between the Giants, they get 16 homers between their catching spot this year, which would be pretty good.
Wow. 7 would be a lot for as much as he's going to play, which is.
I think he's going to play. I think he's going to play 40 games, Suzak. I'm hoping he plays 40 and Bailey plays like 122. To me, that would be good. Want to get Bailey.
But you're saying almost as many home runs as Bailey, but playing a fifth of the games. So that's some pop you're saying for Suzak.
He's got some pop, yeah. 7 homers, maybe 5. Let's cut it to 5.
All right.
We're working 9 to 5 right now. 9 to 5. Okay, Bailey 9 to 5.
Sure.
9 to 5. All right.
All right. So that's the catcher position. We've made it through 1.
Okay, 5 homers. I'm saying he starts 40 games. He gets 100 and 60 at bats roughly, and then he'll get some pinch hitting Suzak as well. So now we're working at first base. I'm going Rafael Devers, assuming he's there. Whatever. Let's go Devers he hits. I'm going to say that Rafael Devers hits 33 homers. Let's see. Hold on here. Let me look at Devers' numbers over the years. Okay. Devers hit 35 last year. I'm going to say, you know what? I think he's healthier this year. Let's say he hits 35 again. 35 homers for Devers, and he is going to bat. I'm going to say his batting average will be 267. 267, and I think he hits 100 RBIs, and I think he has an OPS in the 850 range, and that's about it. Okay. What do you got for Devers?
He's got 40 this year.
40. Okay, 40. I don't think so.
Yep. I think it's a good year for Devers, and I think he'll hit his career average 275.
275. Okay. I have got Luis Arraez at second base hitting 315. And I am going to say that he ends up moving down the order. He doesn't bat leadoff all year. They find that he bats better in the middle of the order. And I'm going to say Arraez is going to have, in the middle of the order, he's going to get 71 RBIs for the Giants. He's going to hit 315, and he's going to have 189 hits. How's that?
Sure. All right. I think since he's now on the Giants, that 315 is unheard of for this team. So he's going to get down to 305. He'll be over 300 at least. They'll have that. And what do you want? RBIs? I think he will be in the middle of the order. He'll be hitting. I think the first game he'll be fifth, and he'll be in the 5-hole a lot this year.
I hope so.
So I think it could be 85 RBIs.
All right, good. All right, maybe so. Maybe so. I kind of went low on the RBIs. I went 71 because I was thinking they'll be flip-flopping him around the lineup until they figure out he hits best fifth. But if he does stay fifth, if he stays in the fifth area for the most of the year, or anywhere from 2 down to 5, if he doesn't bat lead off for most of the year, I say Arraez reaches 75 to 80 RBIs.
Okay.
All right. Now we'll go over to third base since it's 2, 3, 4, and then we'll come back to shortstop 6. I'm on record, and I can't change it now, that I've got Matt Chapman getting 80 RBIs. That's my big call this year. He's only done it once in his career. 2019, he had 91 RBIs with 36 homers with the A's. I think he hits about 24 homers, 25 right in there. But I think he's a little bit more productive this year with the help of Hunter Mentz. And I think if he bats second or sixth, he'll reach that 80 RBIs. If he's batting fourth, I don't think he makes it.
He's not batting fourth.
I sure hope
but
not.
I think he's going to get 30 this year. I think
30.
Yeah, I think I know I'm changing on this. I didn't think he would earlier the last time we did the prediction show, but he's been just killing it in spring, and it's just spring, but it's a good sign that he's going to be healthy off to a hot start. So I like Chapman this year. I think he's going to be really good.
Okay. All right. I like Chapman.
I'll agree with you with your RBIs.
I like Chapman for that. Yep. Okay. So now we've got Willie and the poor boys. Willie down on the corner, howdy in the street. Willie and the poor boys are singing. Okay. Willy Adames. I'm going to have him. He hit 30 homers last year in his first year with the Giants and had a horrible start to the season. I say he does 31 homers this year. Or 32, right in there, 31, 32. And I think Willie gets to, hear this, guys, I think Willie gets to 90 RBIs this year. And I think he hits about 240.
Well, just with your Devers, Chapman, and
100
predictions,
I got 190 and 80 and 70 for Arraez.
That's a lot
71.
of runs.
Yeah, 100, 90, 80, 70.
That's a lot. Well, now I'm picking Chapman to be good. I think Adames has to fall off a little bit, so he'll get 24 home runs and won't get to 30 again.
All right. Okay.
Because they can't both be hot. It will never happen.
Well, you never know. This could be a really crazy lineup this year. Let's go with Heliot Ramos, left field. I got Heliot Ramos hitting 23 home runs. No, let's make it. Let's make Heliot Ramos. Let's see. Do I want to go 25 for Ramos? I'm going to go 20. I'm going to stick with 23. I'm going to stick with 23. And I'm going to say Ramos.
The over. 26.
All right. And I think he hits about 265, right in that range. And I think he flirts with a 750 to 780 OPS, that range. And I think he probably drives in, depending on where he's in the order, I'm going to say he drives in about 70 runs.
And he wins a Gold Glove.
How many does Kurtz hit? Well, since I drafted him last night and I see you drafted him tonight, I hope Kurtz hits 40 this year. I just hope don't have a sophomore slump. Please, Nick Kurtz. Man.
Have
Kurtz.
Dallas and Dan ever met in person? No, we have not. In fact, I'm actually AI, so he'll never meet me.
Yep. He's AI. Sometimes you'll see, like when he speaks, the lips are a little off from when you hear it. So kind of looks like he'll say Encarnacion. See, like, yeah. Kind of like that.
And sometimes I have 6 fingers.
Yeah. You're created by AI by Harar, he says. Yes. Okay. So that's my numbers for Ramos. About 70 RBIs, 23 homers, 265 batting average, 750 to 775 OPS. What do you got?
I agree with you, except 26 home runs. And how many RBIs did he have?
Last year?
No, did you say?
I said 70. Last year he had.
I agree.
What did he have
good.
last year? Last year he had 69. Okay. No, wait. Yeah, 69. All right. All right. So now we go to center field. Harrison Bader. He hit 277 last year. I do not see that happening this year. I know some people really like the fact that he had a really good year. He had 54 RBIs, 448 batting, and hit 277, but he's a career 247 hitter. I think Bader probably hits about, I'll say 255, comes down a little bit, 255, and Bader hits maybe, let's give him, how many home runs did he hit last year? Last year he hit 17. I'm going to say 14 for Bader. 14 homers. How about now? Let's give him 15. 15. He's a 15-15 man. He steals 15, he hits 15, and he hits 255, and that's Harrison Bader.
Serviceable.
Yeah, what do you got? Ditto?
Yep.
Okay. Right field, this is a biggie. Jung Hoo Lee. I remember this one correctly because it stood out to me. He's going to hit 275 this year. We got Jung Hoo Lee, and I think Jung Hoo, he had 8 homers last year. He drove in 55. On base was 327. Not great, but I'm going to say Jung Hoo hits 275. He had 8 homers last year. I think he's got a little bit more pop this year, it looks like to me. And I think Jung Hoo reaches double digits for the first time in his career. He gets 10 homers. 10. He gets to 10, and he steals 10. He's a 10-10 guy this year. And Bader's a 15-15 guy. So there you go. There you have it. And Jung Hoo drives in, let's call it 50 runs for Jung Hoo.
All right. Yeah, I think it's under 10. I think he hits 7 home runs. It's not going to be – I don't even want him trying to hit home runs. He hit one in the spring, and now he's going to start swinging for the fences. But, I want him just hitting base hits, try and get one in the gap.
Yep. I hope he doesn't hit.
I hope he tries to steal bases.
Yeah,
he's really been woefully disappointed in that department, and maybe with some of these new coaches, they might be able to teach him up a little bit, get him into the run game. But I just want him to be a 10-10 man. I really would prefer if he hits 5 homers and steals 25, then hits 10 homers and steals 10 bases. Give me 5 homers and give me about 25 stolen bases. I'd much prefer that, but. I wish he would take a lesson from Arraez and maybe try to start to hit for average, like get into the 290s.
Yeah. All right. I think your next guy that I think he's going to see a lot of playing time this year. I just got a feeling that Casey Schmitt's going to be in the lineup a lot. I get this feeling that he's going to be DHing at times. And
why do you DH a guy?
Because
when he should be playing second base.
Yeah, because they've got a contract out that Arraez has to play so many games at second base.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're trying to put your best defensive team on the field, then Casey Schmitt's out there. So, yes, you want to give Arraez a chance to play second and prove that he can do it. And, he's been okay so far.
What do you think, Casey, that error tonight that went to Arraez, you think, Casey, there was something behind that? Maybe like, hey, I'm going to make Arraez look bad here.
You think he hung that error on him to try and
I'm going to hang that
steal his job?
Steal his job. Good job, Case. Way to go. Way to be thinking, man.
He takes the box score up to Vitello, before Wednesday. He's like, hey, you have me at DH, but if you look here against the Sultanes, there was an error there.
Yeah.
I tried to do my best to catch it, but it was a little off target.
It had a horrible spin he threw on it, like he was trying to throw a sinker to me.
It was a screwball.
Yeah, he should have if he would have just thrown it normal. The guy has no arm strength.
So I think you're right. We will see Casey DHing some, but I don't think that that's their best defense, putting their best defense on the field. So it's a little weird, but that's the arrangement that they've made. Yeah. So
you don't think they're putting their best foot forward, really, huh? But I think here's what I'm going to say about Casey. I'm going to say, let me look at Casey's numbers last year. He hit 12 homers. I know that. And I did hear him on KNBR. Johnny Dickerson did say that he's predicting 20 homers. I don't know if JD heard that here on NorCal Sports Network, because I said
it Casey Schmitt?
Yeah. I said it all off season that Casey.
I hope he gets enough playing time to be able to hit 20 homers. That's the only thing.
Yeah. Well, this is because this is before they ever got Arraez. I said he's going to be the everyday second baseman. He's going to hit 20 homers. He hit 12 homers in 312 at bats. So if he was able to play more, let me see what they projected him at. They're only projecting him to get 348 at bats and 13 homers this year but if he got somewhere near 500 at bats, I have no doubt in my mind Casey Schmitt would hit 20. No doubt. If you gave him, he'd be a 20 home run guy. And so I'm going to say Casey hits over. I'm going to say he hits over 15 homers for sure. Whether he plays, I'm going to say he gets 15 homers.
Yeah, and then it'll be interesting to see, like, if Casey and Christian Koss both make the team, how much playing time are these guys going to get?
Yeah, here's the thing. I am a Christian Koss fan. I like the way he plays the game. He's hard-nosed. He's hustles. He makes contact. But you can't carry, if you're carrying Encarnacion, you cannot carry Christian Koss.
Dan, we're not going to be carrying Encarnacion. Harar is going to be carrying us.
Harar is carrying Encarnacion. Harar Encarnacion.
Yes, he will be carrying the team.
Does he sound more like a baseball player or a boxer? Harar.
He looks like a boxer. I wouldn't want to go in the ring against him.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go in the ring with him either. He's 6. Is he 6'4" or 6'6"? Can't remember.
Let's round it up to 6'7". Oh no, that's Bryce.
Yeah. Well, I do think that the Giants are trying to get back to becoming real Giants. And I think they are looking to, carry guys that are 6'5", 6'6" the rest of the way. In fact, I put out a tweet today. They are projected to get in the Baseball America put out a projection today, their first mock draft, and It's Jackson Flora, the pitcher from UC Santa Barbara that is projected to go to the Giants at pick number 4. Senior saw him pitch against UC Davis a week or two ago up in Sac or in Davis, I guess, but close to Sac. Anyway,
did you know that I am a UC Santa Barbara alumnus?
You're a gaucho, you and Alex
Yes.
Pavlovic.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh, he didn't. Tell me he didn't, Senior. Tell me that's a lie. Tell me that's a joke, I mean. This guy did not draft Harar. Is that wait a minute. I'm waiting for Senior to say he did. If that's the case, he deserves last place. Again.
The Giants should think about trying to get Sean Jelly from the Buffaloes in Japan, because their height average has decreased substantially.
Shoot, I just got a text from Mark. Moses Moody just got an ugly knee injury. Looks bad. That's not good. I feel bad for Moses. Oh, well. He did. Oh, my gosh. He drafted only 2 pitchers? Oh, my gosh. See, this is why.
Didn't last year he drafted all pitchers?
I don't know. He doesn't know how to play fantasy baseball. He just doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to badmouth somebody else on another channel, but I played with him for 2 seasons, and he's just really bad.
I liked his strategy last year because he got off to a hot start with all his pitching. And
he didn't figure everybody. I was saying I knew he was going to sink to last place. There was no. He used all his innings, and then he wasn't going to get any points in pitching. And I said, the ceiling for him was 11th place. That was the best he was going to get. I figured, it all depended on if Dilly started actually streaming pitchers, because it looked like he wasn't doing anything, and he did start streaming the last 3 weeks of the season, and he just bypassed Glenn like that. And
all right. The only thing worse than fantasy baseball talk is last season fantasy baseball talk.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get off of that. Somebody said he drafted Harar and Encarnacion. I'm just thinking this guy is
smart move, man.
He drafted Harar. I think somebody said he drafted Bryce Eldridge too early. I think I saw that, which that's okay, but I wouldn't have done it that early. But anyway, we digress. So Encarnacion would surprise you, prove you is wrong as well. He would have. Hey, look, I would not be the only guy to be fooled on this Harar Encarnacion. I have not met anybody. Oh my gosh! And so he drafted 4 catchers. I drafted last night. It fell to me in my one draft. I was able to get Cal Raleigh, but he pitched. He played 159 games. If you can get a catcher in fantasy that plays all those games, then you're set. You don't need 4 catchers. Whatever. Oh my gosh. Oh well. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not in that league. I didn't want to. Yeah. No. Okay. Let's get back to we finished with Casey Schmitt. Let's go to the pitching staff now. Okay. Logan Webb. Logan Webb is let's let you go first. I've been going first all the time.
Logan Webb is going to have a Logan Webb year. It's going to be the same thing that everyone is used to. And so he's going to pitch 200 innings. He's going to have an earned run average in the low threes. And he's going to win 15 games. Again, it's going to be this kind of like he did last year.
Okay. I think Logan gets a little more run support this year. He went 15 and 11 last year. I think he goes 18 and 8 this year. 18 and 8.
Wow.
He throws
If
200
you're going to go
innings.
that high, then why don't you put him at a 20-game winner?
Well, I just don't think he's going to win 20. I haven't seen it. When was the last 20-game winner?
For a long time.
Yeah, I'm just saying he gets a little bit more run support, and he throws 200-plus innings. He wins 18 games. He was 15-11, so I'm taking 3 of those losses and making them wins this year. That's all I'm doing. So I'm 18 and 8, and he has an ERA in the low threes. How about I think Logan Webb, he was 3.23 last year. Insane has him at 3.21. Since this is the price is right, I'm going to go 3.2. How's that? I don't want to go all the way down to 3.11. You know what? What the heck? I am I like numbers at doubles. So 3.11. 3.11 for Logan Webb. He has a much better year because he's coming off of a very confident WBC, and I think he feels like he is a badass now.
He is.
Yeah. So I think feeling like, hey, I was sitting there talking to Aaron Judge. I was sitting there talking to Paul Skeens in the dugout, showing him how to grip a certain pitch. He's teaching Paul Skeens. I think he was teaching Paul Skeens a changeup or maybe his splitter. I'm not sure. I don't know what those pitchers. He was showing him something in the dugout. They kept showing him, and the way he was gripping the ball was they were talking obviously about a pitch. So, or maybe Paul Skeens was teaching him, and I don't know. Anyway.
Well,
so
we got to play that team.
Yeah.
Don't be teaching him too much.
Well, I don't think Paul Skeens needs a lot of help. But so that's my take on Logan Webb. Robbie Ray's next. Go for it. Robbie Ray.
I think it's a contract year for Ray. So he's going to want to pitch well. But I worry about Ray a little bit. I think I said it last time, but he might he throws a little too hard. He has to overthrow, and that's what causes him to grunt and everything. So I worry about longevity with him. Hope that's not the case, but I think he'll be a 375 earned run average, and he'll win 10 games. Okay. 10 and 10, something like that, Okay. But
all right. I've got Robbie Ray. He went 11 and 8 last year with a 3.65 ERA. And let me see if I can give you a little bit of another YouTuber. Went to Brentwood High School out of Brentwood, Tennessee. He was drafted by the Washington Nationals in the 12th round in the 2010 MLB June Amateur Draft. Robbie Ray, left-hander. He's 6'2", 220. Bats left, throws left, but nobody bats anymore. But this is, who am I? Who am I? Who was I imitating there?
Who is that?
My buddy Larry. He loves to give stats out and talk about. Yeah, he'll throw out the background out of Brentwood High School. Okay, here we go. Robbie Ray. He went 11 and 8 last year with a 3.65 ERA through 182 innings. I think he has a similar season. Last year he tired out more. I think he has a little bit more energy because he went 182. So I think if he goes right around that mark, it'll be more. What's the word I want to use? A little bit more he won't get as tired. So I'm going to say that Robbie Ray goes, instead of 11-8, he goes 13 and how about Robbie Ray goes 13-8 this year? He gets a couple more decisions. 13-8, has an ERA of 3.59. He lowers it a little bit, and he's has a pretty good year. He made the All-Star team last year because he had a great first half. So that's what I'm saying for him. All right, next we go to Tyler Mahle. Tyler Mahle is going to be the third starter on the Giants. So you will see Tyler Mahle on Saturday. It'll be Logan Webb on Wednesday, Robbie Ray on Friday, Tyler Mahle. Wait, Sunday. Is it Sunday or is it Saturday? Wait. They go, don't they skip 2 days in that series? They do. They go Wednesday.
Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Monday. They don't play Sunday, which is weird.
Yeah, so Wednesday, so Saturday. So Mahle will go Saturday. All right, so Tyler Mahle is a guy that, when healthy, can be pretty effective. He had a 2.18 ERA. I don't think we see anything near that this year. Come on. Here's my projections for Tyler Mahle this year. I think he is going to battle Logan Webb for ERA. Logan Webb, I had 3.11, but I think Tyler Mahle comes in more like 3.25. Okay.
That's what I think too.
3.25. And Mahle is going to pitch, hopefully, how many innings did he pitch last year? He pitched
only 86.
So let's hope he gets to 125. Let's hope he can get to 125. And
yeah, I said 120. That'd be fine.
Okay. And I'm going to say Mahle goes 9 wins against 6 losses.
10-5.
Okay. 10-5. I was kind of hanging on 10. Yeah, let's go. You know what? I'm with you. 10-6. I got to be a little different. Let's get 3 10-game winners. So at least. All right. So now let's go to
Hauser.
I think it's going to be Hauser. Adrian Hauser.
Yep.
And Hauser last year, he pitched in Mahle was 86. He was 125 innings last year. So I think they're going to hope for 100. He wanted to pitch a lot of innings. I heard him on an interview. He worked his butt off doing all kinds of different techniques, going in an ice bucket or whatever baths and working on stuff. I think he gets, if he stays healthy, he pitches at least 150 innings, if not 170. So
he's never pitched 150 in his career.
Has he not? Let me take a look.
142 is the most he ever pitched in 2021.
Yep. No, he pitched 142 and a third. Don't forget that extra out.
Okay. I stand corrected.
Okay. I'm going to give him 150 innings this year. And I think Mahle, he had a 3.31 ERA last year.
Hauser.
Thank you. I'm going to say that he has, here's another 10-game winner, a 10-7, and he pitches 150 innings, and his ERA is just under 4. I'll go with 3.97.
Okay. I agree with you on the innings. What'd you say? I say 150.
I said 150, yeah.
Okay. And his earned run average will be probably like his, I'd say 4. It's going to be 4.
Yeah, I gave him 3.97. So last will be Landon Roop. And I think, we're going to see other guys, but we can't, they're not going to be able to, they don't have enough guys or innings in these arms to go full season. So we're going to be relying on guys like, probably Trevor McDonald would be my first guy up, is my guess, and then it could be someone like Wisenhunt or Tidwell, but let's go with Roop. Where do you got Roop at this year? Landon Roop. He
got
is
him
pitched.
at
He pitched last year 106 and 2/3. His career, we don't know what his minor league career is, so we'd have to look at that and see what he did in the minors. But I think he's probably slated for maybe 140 to 150 innings this year if he stays healthy. I don't think they'll get much more out of him than that.
Yeah, 150.
Yeah.
I think he has a good year, though. I think he'll be in the 3.5 earned run average range. I think he's going to maybe win 12 games.
Insane says, I hope your guys' positive predictions are right and his negative predictions are wrong. I've been negative on the Giants since I've been on this channel, but because I tell it like it is. I don't hold back. I'm just looking at
So this is the
guys.
most positive you've been on the Giants in the last few years, for sure.
Correct. Yep, it has. Yep. And why am I doing that? I think there's a vibe. I think there's some hidden talent. I think there's guys that want to prove something. I think guys need to prove something. I think, the bullpen's the scariest part of the team right now. And but it wouldn't shock me if the bullpen had a few guys come up and be successful. So
I think a lot of it comes down to the new coaching staff. I think there's some better ideas, maybe better approaches. There was some long stretches last year where there was a lot of non-competitive at-bats. There were stretches where they played out of their shoes and they had these comeback wins and stuff, and they were really good for stretches. But then there was long stretches where they were inept with runners in scoring position, and they were not adjusting. They were just going up and making the same mistake over and over, and it was really, really frustrating. And I just don't think that the new management is going to allow that to be the case. They will switch things up. They will take guys out if they're not producing. They're gonna shake up the dice and re-roll it. So I think that guys are going to want to stay in there. They're going to want to. They're going to buy into what they're selling. This coaching staff, and I think they're going to get more mileage out of pretty much the same players.
Yeah. I got to. I just can't help this. I got to read this. Glenn needs to quit fantasy and let Insane take over his team. With my help, at least he won't finish last. LOL. He drafted 6 catchers. What are we doing? Oh, wow. That's funny. Anyway.
R. Carino, I just don't want to see Dallas upset when the Giants play. I feel like it takes a lot to get me upset. Well, I'll be upset if I'm not seeing the effort. If I'm seeing stupid decisions and I'm seeing bad defense, that will really piss me off, is when they make unforced errors. When I see uninspired at bats where they just roll the ball over to second base and they're not competitive. I
what, Dallas?
hope I'm not seeing that this year.
That is a great segue into my bold predictions. And my bold prediction is I don't think the Giants will make one error all year.
That's pretty bold.
Obviously, I'm being very.
Do they make one in the first game, though? I don't think they do. I think they play an error-free first game against the Yankees on Wednesday. Go ahead and mark that down. Pick it on Prize Picks.
Error-free. Oh, yeah, we got to start doing Prize Picks. Speaking of Prize Picks, guys, we got to give them a plug because a lot of things are happening, and you got to be reaching out to Prize Picks right now.
While you're plugging, I'll be right back.
Yep, Prize Picks. We're going to do a little bit of we will do some stuff with Prize Picks right here on the show live when we get talking about baseball and the Giants and some games. But you guys have heard about Prize Picks. It's phenomenal. Let me give you the description is right in. Oops, you know what? I'm in the wrong bucket here. So let me do this and pull something up. I'm trying to pull up my my read, and it's on a different email address. So let me tell you what we're looking at with Prize Picks, because you guys will love playing with Prize Picks. It's a daily fantasy app where you build lineups by choosing whether players will have more or less than the projected stat total. So just use that promo code right there, NCSN. Okay, see it? Use that promo code, or go to the description in the link. Go to the link in the description of this video, and you can click right on that, and that'll take you to the NCSN, Prize Picks promo code. Right now, guys, users get $50 in lineups when they play their first $5. That's it. Win or lose, you're getting $50 and you play 5. You only have to put 10 to open an account up. So they're giving you $50. That's crazy, guys. You guys should be playing this and signing up under this promo, because they're gifting you $50 and you're only playing 5 and they're giving you 50. Where do you get that kind of a deal anywhere in life, man? We can just exchange. As me doing financial planning for a career, if you gave me $50 and I gave you 5 back, or I should say I gave you 5 and you gave me 50 back, I'm doing that all day long. So get over there to Prize Picks and go ahead and sign up. Prize Picks is available in all 50 states. Download the Prize Picks app today, or go to the link in this description of this video and click on it. Build your lineup. Follow along while watching the games. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. So you will have fun, guys. I guarantee it. Like I say, with baseball coming up, we're going to start doing some more or less projections. We'll be more or less on some hits. We'll probably do some Luis Arraez fun things with more hits. Will he have more than one hit or less? That kind of stuff. Yes, that'll be fun. So, because it'll probably be more than 1.5, right? Will we have more than 1.5 or less? So is Arraez going to get a 2-hit game? Things like that. Are we going to be doing the game on Wednesday? Yes, we will. We will be live right here in the late innings, okay? So hang in there. We'll come on late, 6th, 7th, 8th inning, depending on how the game's going and how tight of a game it is. We'll bring it to you, and we'll give you a play-by-play of everything that's going on. So Kyle, yes, 2-week journey here and finally back home. Yes, he was in Arizona. Yes. Okay. I stand corrected. It was only 4 catchers. 4, 6, no difference. Foolishery. That's all I can say. Oh, will I be at the game Wednesday? No, I will not be at the game. I will be up at some games during the season, though, and we'll do a meet and greet and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be pretty fun. And we bring Dallas back in here. Let's get a Dan versus Glenn home run derby. Oh, boy. All right. So
I think there may not be any home runs hit.
When? First game?
No, in the Dan versus Glenn home run derby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. All right. So here we go. Let me get back to where we were at. Okay, we're going. Do we want to just get into the record and close this show down, or go to a couple of bold takes and the record?
Yeah, a couple of bold takes.
All right, give me a couple of bold takes.
Well, I think Tony Vitello is going to be kind of a star of this team. I think he's going to take more of a role than managers normally do. He might start out a little slow just because he's getting his feet wet and getting his bearings, but I think you're going to see him pretty vocal and kind of a straight shooter. You know, he's going to give us a little more than normal managers give, you know, in the press and the post-game comments. I think he's going to be pretty honest with the press, with you know, talking to us, the fans, and you know, kind of level with us. And I think he's going to be pretty fiery when he's out there managing. I think he gets thrown out more than 7 times.
Oh, I'm going way under.
No, I'll say 7 times, not more than 7.
All right. I don't think he gets tossed more than 4's the top. 4's the top. 4 or less.
All right.
4 or less. Yeah. See, this, he says he typed some bold takes already. Let's see if we can find his bold takes. Do we have any bold takes?
I think that Devers is going to have a great year. You know, he kind of had a less than stellar year last year, but he's found his footing here. He's going to get back to like true Devers form where he's a legitimate star of the game. He's going to hit 40 home runs. He's going to be the big bat in the middle of that order. And he's going to be a major face of the Giants.
All right. That's a bold take. He predicts the Giants will win the division and that Roop will pitch over 160 innings. Those are, especially the first one, winning the division. That's bold. You know, I thought about
Roop could pitch over 160 innings. Yeah. I could see that happening.
Yeah. He's a big guy. He can handle it. I was
has to stay healthy.
Yeah.
You know, because he's going to pitch 5 or 6 a game.
I was thinking of making that a bold take with the Giants winning the division. Senior, who loves Rafael Devers, I know. I think Devers bats 230, 22 homers, 60 RBIs. That a bold take or a real take? That would be hurt for a third of the season. That would be a disaster.
Has he ever hit 230?
No, I don't think he's going to hit that.
He hit 236 last year, but that was his worst year by far.
He hit 236 what, with the Giants?
With the Giants, yeah.
But overall,
with Boston, he hit 272. So with 2 teams, he hit 252. Yeah. 252 is still low for him.
All right. My bold takes is Tony Vitello will be runner-up for Rookie of the Year. He should get it, but the writers are not going to want to give it to him. I'm going to say
Rookie of the Year?
Manager of the Year. Did I say Rookie of the Year? Rookie of the Year. Well, Rookie Manager of the Year. I'm going to say Tony Vitello is in the final. He should get Manager of the Year, but the writers. There's going to be a few writers that don't want to give it to him because
I'm tired of these effing writers and their biases.
Yeah.
So I think he'll get it. I think the Giants exceed expectations and he wins it.
Let's hope. That's my one take. My second bold take is Luis Matos hits 275 and becomes an everyday player for somebody. I don't know if it's the Giants or some team, and he's going to find himself like Heliot Ramos did at age 24, 25.
Could be.
I don't know if it was with the Giants, but Luis Matos has a big year, and he becomes like all of a sudden he becomes a regular player in the big leagues somewhere, whether it's the Giants.
I think that Now, this is a bold take.
That's bold. I mean, that's bold.
I think that Luis Matos doesn't play another game with the Giants.
I don't know if that's that bold, though. Kind of. Because,
I mean,
I don't
a
know.
real game.
Yeah.
He might play against Mexico.
All right, so here we go. Do we have a drum roll, please? I know you got that on your soundboard.
Sure, let me find it.
Dallas looks for the, and you know what Dallas needs to do? I see it sitting on his desk underneath the monitor. He's got two monitors. He needs. There it is. See, he needs to put that on as we make our prediction.
Monitors. This
Three.
one, this one, and this one.
Let's see what's on the side of your. Look at that. Mine's orange. Yours is white. Oh, World Series. Okay.
Do this.
Size 8? You're size 8?
Yep.
Dang. All
Got
right.
a Bruce Bochy size.
I was just going to say, this is Dallas Bochy here. Dang. Okay. Can we get that drum roll? It's stuck. Size 8. I thought I had I don't know what's a normal size head. I wear a 7 1/4.
That's pretty small.
It is small. So I wonder.
But I got a lot more hair. You know, if I shaved off all this hair, then I would be down to a 7 3/4.
Well, I don't have a lot of hair, so 7 1/4. Now, here's the thing. They do say, is head circumference size have anything to do with intelligence?
Yes,
So-
it does.
I'm wondering because you're kind of maybe going against that mold with your hurrah encarnacion takes.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see who comes out on top on this argument, man.
Kyle McCarron.
A lot of people are going to
7
be
and 8,
owing me an
7.
apology.
Yeah, 7 8 to 7 1/4. Yeah, see that guy's smart. He's smart. I can tell, and that's why he has to say size 8 means popular. What did it say? Where did it go? With his
High school moms.
Well, let's leave that one alone.
Well, you know what they say about guys with big heads, right? Not true.
Okay. So Dallas Bochy is going to go first with his San Francisco Giants record for 2026. Here it is.
All right.
Ooh,
Ready?
Bold take Robbie Ray. Kyle Harrison has more wins than Robbie Ray. Interesting.
Okay, this is going to be a bold take.
All right, here we go.
You can all laugh at me later if you want.
Okay. I need
The
a
record
drum roll again.
For where's that drum roll? The record for the San Francisco Giants will be 91 and 71.
All right.
Now that's a bold take. I don't think anybody's going to be this optimistic.
Well, let's see if you guys can hone in on my record.
I'm the new Robert Rothberg, Insane says.
Here, are you ready
Our
for mine?
Carino, too optimistic. Yes. Yep.
Are you ready for mine?
Yep.
All right. Now, if you knew what I said earlier, if you were listening closely, you heard me say when it comes to numbers, I like something. And so
You like even numbers, symmetry. And you're saying 81 and 81.
I like doubles. I like 81 and 81, those type of things. So I get a drum roll.
Yep, here it comes. Nope, that's not it.
Oh, just a da-dump.
Here we go. $88.
There we go, guys. 88
Wow.
and 74. The Giants sneak in to the playoffs with 88 wins.
So I got to come up with 3 extra wins over you, Dan.
Yeah. 88. 88 and 74. That's still good enough to get Tony into the manager, not rookie of the year. Rookie of the manager, rookie manager of the year. Okay. So we'll see. Let's just not have a battle for 81 wins again. I don't think here's my last bold take. You guys ready for a bold take?
Ready.
A bold take?
Very bold.
Now, this is not something I hope that comes true. The Giants are 7-8 games off the wild card pace at the trade deadline, and Buster has a fit and trades stars, so-called stars, off this team. He starts moving guys. He just says, cleaning house. We're going young. We're Tony's here. Tony's not going anywhere. We're rebuilding this thing with Tony, and off go the vets, and in come the youth. And because this is the window, they got to win. They got to win starting this year. They have a window with Adames and Chapman and Devers, in my opinion, of 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
That's it.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because if that happens, if the Giants falter this year, is it because of the offense or is it because of the pitching? When we go and take inventory, is it these guys not hitting up to their batting averages on their baseball cards, or is it Buster went cheap in the offseason and didn't sign Framber Valdez and didn't put an ace pitching staff on the field? So it really is going to matter what is the reason for them underachieving.
Yeah.
And do you blame does the blame fall on the front office? You know?
Well, I'll tell you what.
They didn't sign Kyle Tucker. They didn't sign Bo Bichette. They didn't sign any pitching other than a couple of journeyman guys for $11 million apiece. So that is where I think the criticism will come if it doesn't work. But I just get the impression that this is going to work.
Yeah, I think if the bullpen implodes, Buster's going to take a lot of heat, because a lot of writers have all pointed out that the bullpen is the one weak link of the team, and they didn't build it up. And you did trade Duvall, you did trade Rogers, you did trade. Rodriguez got hurt. They were the best bullpen in baseball the first half of last season. They were the best bullpen in baseball. And then
there's people out, like Michael Kopech is out there. There's still guys. They added another piece the other day, the lefty. So the bullpen, it's like all these guys in the bullpen, there's not anybody that's like, we have to keep this guy, he's sacred to us. They can kick any of them out of there and cut him and bring someone else in who's pitching well, so they can actually have a short hook with the bullpen, because there's nobody that's like a big name, that you have to keep them no matter how well they do. If somebody's not pulling their weight, then time to go get someone else in there.
I'll say this about the Giants. This is pretty funny. Buster can trade Chappie. That would be the win of the year. Yeah, that would be huge. Here's my take on the Giants. Again, I'm predicting 88-74. I'm being positive. I'm trying to be positive. I'm also looking at and saying that the hitting should be much better. Devers is settled. Adames is settled. It's a new year. They're used to the place. Devers is a little healthier. Tony's going to be pushing these guys. The coaching staff's going to be pushing these guys. You're talking just 7 more wins over, a season of 162. I think it can be done. But here's the thing that I want for the Giants. I want them to be in a position where they're fighting and looking like a playoff team. But if they're going to be ending up in that 80-win, 81 window team again, where they're going to be in that, and it looks like that's where they're going. Ned Coletti, we've talked to him. You're kind of who you are after about 100 games. And if they're sitting at 50 and 50, 52 and 48, 49 and 51, whatever, if they're going to play that game again, please blow it up. I don't want to go through that again. I really don't want to see, this 22, 23, 24, 25, 5 straight years of hovering around 500. If that's where you are after 100 games, and that's right around the trade deadline, I believe, generally, unless you're like right at you're in the playoff hunt at that point, like if your 500 club has got you in 3rd position, or you're 4th or 5th with a game or 2 out, okay, maybe you hope for a 60-game push, right? But if the storm builds and brews and it's some kind of perfect storm, and they're, a little under 500, and they're 5-6 games off of the pace, and there's 4 or 5 teams ahead of them, let's not do this again and say, okay, let's keep these vets one more year and see if I've had enough.
There's no way to get rid of all of them, though. But you might be able to get rid of one of them, maybe 2. But you can't get rid of them all. But if you can get rid of one of them, you probably could do that. But I do think that you have to keep the other idea in mind, is that they didn't make any big moves this offseason. Part of that might be assessing what their needs are throughout this season. If you're at the trade deadline, you're 2 games out of the wild card, you're 2 games over 500, whatever, and you think you maybe have a chance, then maybe you go and add a pitcher, a legitimate starting pitcher for half a season on a rental. You go trade one of your Johnny Level or one of your second baseman that you have an extra, plethora of, and then bring somebody in and bring in a bullpen arm too. You might be able to add where your weakness is, wherever that weakness happens to be. It could be, probably it's pitching, at this point. So they could shore up some loose ends if they need to before the trade deadline, if they're in contention.
Yeah,
I think because they didn't make any super big moves this offseason. A lot of guys that are in that $11 million range, solid players, journeyman type guys, but no one big. And so they kind of have saved a little bit of ammunition in the trade tank if they need to.
Yeah, I do think this is the way to build it, and I think they're on that way. I think the farm system's getting better. I think it's going to be a top 10 farm system by the end of this year, after the draft. So I think that'll be good. Does Buster deserve any blame? Should they finish near 500? Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Well, he'll be the first to tell you that too.
Yeah.
He's not trying to shirk responsibility. But I think he takes it hard. When they were 500 again last year, I think he was disappointed in how people played, and but also he has to do better at putting a product on the field.
Yeah, it is hard to buy a team in San Francisco for sure. Let's finish with this comment, and let me hear your favorite player on the roster right now. and you can't say hurrah, Encarnacion. Well, you can if that is truly your favorite player. We kind of know a little
This
bit.
is a tough one, though.
I don't have a lot of favorite players on the team. Let's see.
I am going to pick my favorite player.
I'm going to put the music on then.
All right, I got mine.
You got yours? Let me think of mine. All right, I got mine.
Mine is Heliot Ramos.
Dang it. I should have went first.
Is that yours too?
Yeah.
We both like Ramos. I like it.
I like Ramos. You guys thought I was going to pick Casey. Of course, Casey's my, he's a guy I know, so I like Casey a lot. I like Heliot Ramos a lot too. I've met him and interviewed Ramos before. Take this, guys. I interviewed Ramos in 23 and said he's going to be a good player if they give him an opportunity. This is before he got any opportunity. And so I really liked him. And Bryce Eldridge, yeah, I don't think you can go wrong there. He's definitely right there. But so, yeah.
And hey, announcers, it's Ramos. It's not Ramos.
Yes. Well, please, can we get rid of those people who keep saying Ramos and yeah, I mean, and it, by the way, guys, it's not Oliva. I first said it wrong. I heard it, and then you correct it. It's Oliva. It's Oliva. It's not Oliva. It looks like Oliva, but it's Oliva. So let me see if I can find the music.
Oliva might be on this team.
Might be.
I'm starting to think that.
I am too. I really am.
You want to reward people. They show up and you want them to think they have a chance to make the team, and you should give people a legitimate chance. If they outperform and they do real well and you think that they could be an addition that can help the team, I think you do it.
I agree with Kyle there. And any room for Barracoto? No, not this year. Maybe late in the year.
Later.
Maybe late. Depends on how the chips fall, injuries, that type of thing, and how he does in AAA. But he's not making the – well, he already was, cut. So we told you that. I told you that from the very beginning. I kept getting all these people on Twitter. Oh, you're crazy, Dan. Barracota's got to make the team. He's not making the team. Now, Alex says, who's out for Oliva, Matos, or Koss? I'd go Koss out, personally. I don't think you got to look at your team. This team, their infielders are the strength of the team. They're all playing. Adames and Chapman not coming out on the left side. Arraez is not coming out until late in the game. And if it's defense, it's Schmitt. Devers ain't coming out of the game. Sorry, guys.
I think it's tough to have just one backup infielder, though.
But is it easier? It's probably easier to get an infielder to play outfield than it is an outfielder to play infield, obviously. So that's what generally happens.
Because Koss could go on the outfield if he needed to.
Correct.
But I think Matos. I think his time has come. Unfortunately,
I
like the guy, but
I think he makes it still. I'm hoping. Here's the thing. It's too bad Tyler Fitzgerald couldn't have just even half more production than he did. because he'd be a perfect utility guy that could play the outfield, the infield. Unfortunately, he had a bad year last year, and he's had a really bad spring. So
I don't know what's up with that guy.
Yeah,
he's just doesn't have the competitive edge or something. I like him a lot, but I root for him.
Our music ended.
Play it again.
Play it again,
Dan.
Play it again. Dan. Let's get out of here. Tyler Fitzgerald, one-hit wonder. Let's play it again and let's get out of here.
Out of here?
Go. Let's
out of here.
Yeah, let's get a goodbye. That ball is wet or something. Whatever. We're out of here. See you guys.
All right. We'll play it for Eldridge tomorrow. Since he hit it in the stands tonight, he'll have to wait tomorrow to get it in the cove.
There we go. Give us a goodbye.
Goodbye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Is wet.
Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. Really does help. So please hit that like button. Take care. See you Wednesday night. No show tomorrow night. It's Wednesday night. And we will be coming on in the late innings, the very late innings of the game, depending on how the score's going of the game. But look for us opening night this Wednesday. Take care. Keep it right here at NorCal Sports Network.